All right, we're back. 2 videos in 2 days. How about that? So, last night we dove a little bit into the master gear ratio spreadsheet, and tonight we're going to look at that a little bit closer, and we're going to do so specifically about the Red Cat Vertex 6. So, transmission using this truck, I've just got labeled in the spreadsheet as Red Cat Vertex 6. You can have overdrive or 1-to-1 gear ratios. I don't know why you'd have 1-to-1, so we're just going to focus on the overdrive ratios there. That is 6-to-1 reduction in the front and 8.4-to-1 reduction in the rear to make 33% overdrive overall. Transmission has a stock 38-tooth spur gear, 16-tooth pinion. There's only one set of axle ratios available for this truck, so they're in here. 1800 kV Fusion 8 motor, RTR motor, and 7-inch tall tires. And I assume that most people are going to run this rig stock with a 3-cell battery. That puts us at 53-to-1 final drive ratio and 8.84 miles per hour. Now, one of the very first things I noticed with this truck is it was a little spicy. It was a little fast, especially on 4S. It is rated for 4S. And by bumping it up there, adding through to 33% more voltage, put us at 11.78 miles per hour, almost 12 miles per hour wheel speed. Way too much. So, first upgrade I did was lowering it to a 13-tooth pinion. Just by making that change, nothing else changed. We got a more manageable 9.58 miles per hour to the front end. In doing so, we changed our final drive ratio from 53-to-1 to 66-to-1. A lot of people think 70-to-1 is kind of a magic number. It varies and kind of depends on your ability to tune your speed controls in some cases. But for me, I'm always looking for that 10 to 10.5 miles per hour wheel speed. I may actually try this setup with a 14-tooth pinion, 10.3 miles per hour. But for now, I'm happy with that 13-tooth pinion and 9.58 miles per hour to the front end. So, those are pretty much stock numbers with just difference being your battery voltage and that small pinion change. Now, a couple months back, I teased a new transmission, an overdrive transmission. So far I've been calling it the OD6. I'm not sure if that name's going to stick. We'll see here. But this transmission has 3-to-1 front output and 4.4-to-1 rear output for 38% overdrive. Now the thing I've got going for me, that sounds pretty hot there. 6-to-1 front, 3-to-1 rear. The advantage I've got is that this thing's got a 53-tooth spur gear. So that lets me run down to a 9-tooth pinion if I want. In this case here, my spreadsheet shows an 11-tooth, so that's what we're going to look at, and I'll show you why in a sec here. So 38% overdrive, a little closer to my magic number. Everything else being the same, 1800 kV, 3S, 7-inch tall tires, 8.71 miles per hour to the front end, and a 54-to-1 final drive ratio to the front. That is nearly identical to the stock with a 16-tooth. Now, I think for the Mod 1 pinions, I think you can go down to an 11-tooth. I've been running that 13, might go 14. With my transmission here, I can actually run down to a 9-tooth. And that puts me at 7.13 miles per hour to the front and a 66-to-1 final drive ratio. Pretty close to what I've got going on up here. This is on 3S power. And I think this setup here is probably most similar to what people are going to run. You know, it's comparable to what's out of the box. You can go a little bit slower. You can go a little bit hotter. Let's say we went to 4S and 9-tooth. 66-to-1, 9.51-to-1. Pretty close to what I'm currently running. Pretty awesome. So, after looking at all this, I did some more research, did some more looking, and I come across the Holmes Hobbies Revolver Classic, available in 2 different motor speeds, 1950 kV and 1450 kV. Now, I want to be able to run my own speed control, AM32 or Escape 32 speed controls, and this will allow me to do so. If you don't know, those silent type of speed controls like large, physically large, low kV motors. They just work best that way. It has to do with the feedback from the motor, the RPM sensing type of stuff. So I ordered up one of these 1450 kV revolver classics. This is a 540 size revolver, so it's going to be like twice as big as your, probably 3 times as big as your 540 stubby type revolvers or outrunners, and did the math on it here. So the OD6 trans, 53.2 spur gear, stock axle, stock tires, 4-cell battery. I always run 4-cell because my Shift X5 servo, and that 1400 kV puts me, ideally, a 12-tooth pinion puts me right in my goal of 10.105 miles per hour to the front end. 50-to-1 final drive ratio, and it works excellent. This motor is so smooth. It is so torquey. It's got so much power. And yeah, the 1/6 scale motor, the Fusion 8, whatever they call it, is just kind of a little overkill for this truck because of its lightweight. So this is my current setup here. Transmission is similar to some of the others that I've designed here. Overdrive front, underdrive rear, however you want to think about it, with the high output in the rear. That gets a drive shaft up off the rocks. You don't need any type of carrier bearing or anything like that. The motor plate is exactly the same as what is used for the offset 6 transmission. So I used the existing mounting holes and got it to fit exactly the same. This, by the way, is the new revision of the adapter plate. This will be coming with all of the transmissions for the Vertex 6 going forward, because I've lengthened it and included a battery tray. So I may end up mounting my electronics down here and putting the battery on my existing battery mount. But for now, I've got the battery on that front of that tray there on that little tongue section. Some little Velcro to hold it in place, and a strap over it. And there we go. I don't have final weights on the transmission, but I'll get those for you soon, along with dimensions and whatnot. This transmission will hold the Fusion 8. I just think it's kind of unnecessary in here, and pinion selection is going to be a little tough. This uses all 48 pitch gears, hardened steel gears from Deluxe Fab, and titanium output shafts, just like all the other transmissions I make. So I know this thing is reliable, smooth, quiet, and so far it's been fantastic for me. The speed control I'm running is a larger version of AM32 speed controls like I've got. Doing a little bit of testing, and handles much more current than the 70 amp Neutron RC board that I currently have. This one will be, I think, 150 amp. Probably offer these for sale on the site here soon as well. I've got the new Holmes Hobbies BEC in there, running everything, basically for the servo winch. And yeah, it is so far has been excellent. Nice and quiet, nice and smooth, nice and torquey. You'll be able to select pretty much any 540 size outrunner, in-runner. Somewhere around 1200 to 1800 kV is going to be ideal. So, anywho, there's your sneak peek. These should be on the website in the next week or two. I just got to get some more inventory in stock. I just ordered enough parts to do a couple prototypes, and that's about it. So, yeah, be on the lookout for it. And if you have any clever names, any ideas there, let me know. Thanks.